Hello everyone, it's Spurs Rail 96 here, and welcome to another Train Sim World Free roadmap video. Today Dovetail Games have put out the latest update that concerns the roadmap. So let's take a look at the details. Now, before I do get into it, this roadmap is huge. There is interviews, there's lots of in-depth details of reports of how Dovetail is doing with bug fixes, updates, upcoming content, etc. I'm just going to try and condense all that into, well, hopefully under a 10-minute video. That would be nice. So I'd really would recommend that you would go and check out the Dovetail Live, Trade Sim World Free website and read the article for yourself. Get a cup of tea. It's a long read, that's for sure. So firstly, let's dive into the German content, new German content that is. Firstly with Dovetail Games' Link Rheinstrecke Mainz to Koblenz. I'll just give you some of the eye-catching details. This is a route situated in western Germany and is the first historic German route in Train Sim World. In the 1990s, specifically 1997, the transitional era from Deutsche Bundesbahn to Deutsche Bahn. This route, apparently according to Dovetail Games, has stunning, winding Rhineland countryside, serving historical castle towns. In fact, there are 24 castles on the route. It has 22 stations and is 57 miles long, or 92 kilometres long. As far as the rolling stock is concerned, you get the highly anticipated DBBR 103 in Deutsche Bundesbahn Trans-Europe Express livery, the DBBR 110 in Deutsche Bahn Orient Red livery, the AVMZ and BVMZ IC coaches with red band, the N-Wagen coaches and Karlsruhe Cop F cab car in DB white and mid livery, and a couple of variants of freight wagons. As far as its timetable is concerned, players can expect up to 250 playable services, with 51 additional services coming from layered content, such as the ICE1 and the DBBR 628, which is a new locomotive coming courtesy of Train Sim Germany's first stab at a route, which is the Dittelbahn. That is also a historic German route set in 1992. That route, just a side note, also comes with a DBBR 363 or 365 shunter. As far as the British side of things are concerned, Skyhook Games have opened up just a little bit on some details of certainly a route I'm looking forward to, the Midland Main Line, which goes from Leicester to Derby and Nottingham. They have published a photograph of a new train coming to the game, the BR Class 158 in East Midlands Trains livery. They've also said that this route is set in 2019. They have included all of the stations, which is 12 stations altogether on this route. That's Derby, Spondon, Long Eaton, East Midlands Parkway, Nottingham, Beeston, Attenborough, Loughborough, Barrow-upon-Soar, Silby, Syston and Leicester. They've also added some iconic landmarks of the route, such as Radcliffe Power Station, Loughborough Brushworks and Red Hill Tunnel. Another British thing that's coming, this time courtesy of Rivet Games, is the West Cornwall Local Steam Rail Tour. Now, this pack, apparently according to Rivet Games, will take us on a variety of steaming adventures on the West Cornwall local route. Now, expect challenging rides with the London, Midland and Scottish Railways Jubilee class locomotive between Penzance and St Austell in two all-new liveries, crimson red and black. Rivet have also retrofitted the LMS Jubilee with an AWS system, a speedometer and a updated battery-powered tail light, replacing the old lanterns. And you could also toggle custom front plates as well. Now, the hilly nature of the West Cornwall route will apparently present a true challenge, which this pack includes 5 scenarios and just 4 services to the West Cornwall local. Rivet have also brought the LMS Jubilee to their recent route, the Edinburgh to Glasgow route, the ScotRail Express, which has a new rail tour service waiting for us with the Black Jubilee, as well as 2 new rail tours with the BR Class 37-5. And if we're still in a festive mood, there is a festive scenario included with the coaches wrapped in Christmas lights, both the red and red and black livery, the LMS Jubilee, are also available in a festive theme, with a little extra surprise hidden in the cab that will make us feel even more festive. Presumably some Christmassy music, but I won't be playing that in March, that's for sure, or April, or May, whenever it launches. But the main highlight of this roadmap is that Dovetail Games have announced a brand new Loco add-on bundle. They call it Bundle Number 2, which is coming to the free base train sim world routes, Southeastern High Speed, Schnellfahrstrecke Kassel Würzburg, and Cajon Pass. So, let's take a look at it. The first one, this time focusing on Cajon Pass, is they're adding something more modern to Cajon Pass, which is the SD70 ACE, now sporting the iconic BNSF livery. Complementing the ES44C4, the SD70 ACE brings more 6-axle road power to the heaviest of trains, increasing variety and offering a different perspective of the stunning scenery in California. The BNSF SD70 ACE features exterior model changes to reflect the specification of the fleet ordered by the Class 1 Giant and comes paired with additional freight cars, so you can operate different types of trains over the pass. The centre beam car returns in multiple colours, and accompanying that is the 89-foot flat car carrying the hefty load that is truck trailers. That's much more positive. The Santo FA F7 to me looked a little bit out of place on Cajon Pass, but this Loco add-on to Cajon Pass, the BNSF SD70 ACE, looks a little bit more promising. It's got some additional freight rolling stock, albeit on the old side. It should be much better this time for Cajon Pass. As far as Germany is concerned, Dovetail was adding splashes of colour to the passenger scene. We will be able to ride with pride aboard the Railbow, DBBR 403 ICE3, with the Pride flag running down the whole length of the train. The BR 403 number 402 and 022, named München, had its usual Deutsche Bahn stripe replaced with this colourful rendition to celebrate the 10th anniversary of Railbow, Deutsche Bahn's staff-led Pride initiative. And Dovetail have always apparently loved seeing the Pride designs on the Creators Club, and now the second official Pride or Railbow livery comes to Train Sim World 3, following in the footsteps of the Southeastern High Speed's Trainbow BR Class 395. But however, Dovetail didn't want to just leave the ICE 1 out, and so racing alongside the Railbow is a recreation of the ICE1 wearing its own kind of Deutschland's schnellster Klimaschützer green stripe, as featured previously on the ICE3 in München to Augsburg. Protecting the climate is an important goal of any industry, and the railway is no exception. Having been in service for decades, Deutsche Bahn's ICE trains have been progressive in that regard, transporting hundreds of passengers much more efficiently than other means. And now we focus on Southeastern High Speed. What is coming is the BR Class 37-7, featuring the iconic, modern and well-known Euro Phoenix livery, as leased by the Rail Operations Group. Now, back in 2015, Southeastern began the 3-year refurbishment for their vast fleet of Class 375s. This overhaul, known as the Southeastern Refurb Program, was to be undertaken at the original manufacturing plant of the units, Derby, Lichchurch Lane. However, to get the Class 375s to Derby, a solution was needed. The Rail Operations Group is a railway company which specialises in the movement of rolling stock, be that the delivery of new units, taking old vehicles to the scrapyard, or in the case of the Class 375, to be taken to and from refurbishment. Traditionally, the dragging of multiple units necessitates the use of translator coaches and brake force wagons, as most locomotives cannot couple to units, nor make any use of their banking equipment, or braking equipment. That all changed with the Rail Operations Group. Using the Class 37 locomotives owned by Europhoenix, they were able to drag units such as the Class 375 with no additional vehicles. This vastly improves the efficiency and movement operations. The 37s can be fitted with Delner coupler adapters to attach to the 375s and even control their braking with additional in-cab equipment, highlighting to the driver what step of braking the 375 is in. But what is a refurbishment program with nothing to refurbish? Accompanying the Rail Operations Group Class 37-7 is the Class 375-9 in the old southeastern white livery, featuring pre-refurb details such as the grey stripe, yellow doors, older decals, and slightly different interiors. So in between all the unit drags, relive the mixed colour era of the blue and white 375s working in tandem. Now, they will be available, all these additional locomotives, in either separately or in one big pack. Dovetail haven't announced when that's coming out or the price of them as well. As far as the add-on manager is concerned, it's out. It's been released for the PlayStation 5, which I'm hugely relieved for. The add-ons manager will be coming to other platforms, but Dovetail do not have a time frame as of yet. As far as Pathlight and Red Light improvements, Dovetail has implemented a court game patch in February, which they believe has solved a lot of red light issues players were experiencing. Indeed, Dovetail has seen a lot of feedback from services which has since been completable, from London Commuter to Southeastern High Speed to the Harlem Line, which is good. But there apparently there are still some red light problems, so not all of them have been fixed, and Dovetail is to investigate individual issues, which this improvement has not caught. As far as Spirit of Steam, the AI SPAD improvements, Dovetail has a candidate fix, which upon testing has found caused multiple knock-on issues with other content, so it's back to the drawing board with their engineering team to review and see what they can do. And yeah, that's pretty much it. There is another thing from the Special Projects team, which the HST designer livery or livery designer compatibility is going through final testing. The TSW2 preservation crew updates are awaiting a suitable release build. The DBBR 187 audio has now been taken on by the Special Projects team, but progress is slower than expected. There's also updates that concerns their partners, such as Just Trains, Alan Thompson Simulations, UW, and that pretty much concludes it. I'd very much recommend you check out the article. I'll leave a link to it in the description of this video. But if you did enjoy it, I would really appreciate it if you would give it a like, hit the like button below, and if you are watching for the first time, I would really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to the channel. And as always, I will see you next time. Thank you very much. Take care.